everybody, this is Bernie from Stamp and Eat, and in this video, which is the final one of how I store things in my craft room, I'm going to be showing you how I store my designer series paper, how I store my stamp sets, and a quick overview of what my craft room looks like. I will link up at the top right hand corner a previous video of my craft room, and you are more than welcome to go and have a look. I'm always changing things up, and you will notice in that video that I have changed things up again from what I have done today. So let's go and have a look. How do I store my designer series paper? How do I store my stamps? And what does my craft room look like, so that when you are watching videos that I make every Friday, you can place me in my space. And I love to always see where people work as well, so it makes it a lot more personal. So let's head over and let me show you how I store my things. Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how I store my designer series paper. And as you can see, if I step back, I've got 3 different shelves of 12 by 12 designer series paper shelving, and that is all again made by Sharon by Extreme Laser Graphics, and the link will be below in the description. She has custom made this for me, and those are standard units she makes to fit into the Bunnings cube storage, as you can see. But over there I had previously requested that she make me a shorter unit, but now I need to top that up, and so she's done that for me too. I've got my designer series paper over here, and I always put my current paper, and then my celebration paper goes at the bottom, and then that bottom one is all the retired papers that we as demonstrators can't use for current projects, but it doesn't mean we can't use them for private projects. And there are some designer series papers that I absolutely adore. And then on this side, I've got all my 12 by 12 cardstocks that correspond to all the A4 cardstocks, and they are in your annual catalogue. They come in packs in the color families, if you haven't noticed that before. And then I've got my basic white and black, and I use 12 by 12s quite a lot for my Cricut machine, and being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, it is my preference to use Stampin' Up cardstock. If you are watching this and you are a Cricut person that uses Cricut, I do find the Stampin' Up cardstock far better quality than any other cardstock that I've used. I often read people doing projects with their Cricut and complaining that their projects don't stand up if they're doing things, and I've never had that with my Stampin' Up cardstock. So yeah, so designer series paper there, which is all current, retired over down there, and all my 12 by 12 cardstocks. Then if I turn around, and I just want to go slowly, you will see, so I've got the rest of my A4 cardstocks that don't fit on my desk, and then down here are all my stamps. And again, this has been custom made, this stamping shelf to fit into this cupboard, and I'm more than likely I'm going to have to give away, or not give away, give up that storage space at the bottom, because as you can see, my top shelf is starting to get full. So top shelf are current stamp sets that I am using. Bottom shelf are retired stamp sets that I love and don't want to give away. But I am going, looks like I'm slowly running out of space, but yeah, I'll address that problem when I get there. So let's have an overview. Let me just close this and slowly walk around so that I can give you an overview. And I apologize for the dreary day out there. Hopefully the lighting is going to be okay. So on this side, I have a tool board. I use my Cricut Maker 3 as well to complement what I do in my craft. So my husband created a beautiful tool board for me for my vinyls and all my tools, and there's my Cricut machine, and there's my paper trimmer and my scoring tool, and I've got all my cubby holes over here, and as I've already shown you, I've got my shot box over here, and those storage facilities over there are for all my scraps for my paper. And then we've already had a look around this side, and so this is where I work, where I record my videos. We've already discussed the storage of my inks. That's where my blender pens are stored, where my blending brushes are stored, where my ribbons are stored, my papers, my pencils, my watercolor pencils, and then in those storage cubbies are all things like my embossing folders, embossing powders, and everything else that is necessary for having a Stampin' Up business. So that is my craft room and my little Stampin' reminder of who I am, and a little, let me see if I can pick, oh, that's incredibly dark, there we go, a little Stampin' with Bernie sign as well. So thank you so much for stamping with me. I just want to flick this camera around and thank you for stamping with me. So just give me a moment. Thank you so much for stamping with me and visiting my craft room. I hope it's been inspirational. I hope you've picked up some tips, and I hope that you get inspired to do some changes in your craft room. Remember, if your space is one that you love being in, you'll create the most amazing things. So remember, until we meet again, stamp, eat, sleep, repeat.